Ludlow Linden.
Thank you, and have a nice day.
Hi, this is Ludlow.
Hey, Luddy, it's just Donnie.
Oh, hey. How goes it?
Not too bad. I saw you clocked in, so I thought I'd do my morning check-in with you.
Ah, okay.
So, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing, real swell, Donnie. Thanks for asking.
Good to hear. Any problems, questions, concerns?
Nothing that I can think of, no.
Alrighty. I'm also letting everyone know to expect a little more volume today. Southeast Affiliate was knocked out by a storm last night.
They got an idea how much more?
I don't, but I can't imagine it's going to be a whole lot more.
Sounds good.
Calls are being spread across a bunch of affiliates. And how are things otherwise?
Things are good.
Awesome. You're one of the best we've got, and I want you to know you can come to me about anything at all.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, wife's had me out in the doghouse for the past few days. Spent some money I should have.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that.
And the thing of it is, it wasn't even for anything good. I just floundered on creature comforts. Coffee, fast food, lottery tickets.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Have you heard from Diana lately?
Jesus Christ, Donnie. That's probably gotta be the worst way anybody's ever beaten around any bush before.
Sorry. I just worry about you sometimes, man. And you're not much for sharing. All I want to say is, sometimes opening up can help.
Well, thank you, Donnie. But all I'm going to reply with is, sometimes opening up at the wrong time or to the wrong person can hurt. You're a trained professional, you know this.
True enough. Holler if you need anything, alright?
Will do. Hey, Donnie.
Yeah.
I mean that, though. Thank you. I know, obviously I can be, just like you said. So, thank you. Hi, this is Ludlow, my counselor. How can I help you?
Hello. My name is John Jam. And I'm coming to the end of a very long crisis.
I'm here listening. Can you tell me what's going on?
Well, I don't think I'm quite ready to share just yet. Would it be possible if we just talked and just, got to know each other for a little bit?
Definitely, we can do that. Yeah. Did you have an idea of where you wanted to start?
You said your name is Ludlow?
That's right.
Huh. I think that's the first time I've ever heard that name.
Yeah, there's no, family significance or anything. My parents just like the sound of it, I guess.
You go by any nicknames?
Yeah, most people call me Luddy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's nice. Luddy. So, Luddy, how long you been doing this kind of work?
Oh, about 2 years on and off.
And in that time, have you stumbled upon any absolute truths or blanket answers?
No. No, afraid not. No magic bullet. Just, daily struggle made better or worse based off of the choices we make, which are influenced by what we know and what we don't know and what's happened to us. Or anything else that makes up who we are. I'm sorry, did I say the wrong thing?
No. You said exactly the right thing. Do you mind me asking where you're located at?
No, not at all. I'm located in a little town called Port Angeles, Washington. It's near the edge of the world.
From there?
Nope, moved out here when the wife got a job in town.
Oh, nice. Got any rugrats running around yet?
No, not yet. You?
Oh, heavens, no. That's never been on my radar. How long you been married?
It's been about, 5 years now.
Oh, congrats. I could never make a relationship work past the initial courting. What's your secret?
I'm not really in a position to be given relationship advice.
Oh, no. Things not going so great at all? Too personal. I'm sorry. I tend to overstep that boundary from time to time. Let's talk about something else. What do you do for fun on the edge of the world?
Yeah, there's, mountains to climb, rainforests to wander, water to go out on or fish. It's a real, outdoorsman's paradise.
That sounds gorgeous. You get up in the mountains much?
Lived here for a little over 3 years and haven't made it up yet.
Uh-huh. So, then what do you do for fun?
Alright. I guess I spend most of my time writing.
Short stories, essays, a crisis hotline blog?
Stories. A novel in particular.
No kidding. Are you published?
I've sold a few short stories.
Wow, that's great. May I ask what it's about?
Yeah, definitely. I'll give you the synopsis. Small town caregiver is hired by his client's daughter to bring down her estranged husband's local drug operation.
Whoa, that sounds amazing.
Well, thank you.
I mean that. I was
Thanks, yeah.
expecting to just have to pretend, but that's actually a gripping premise. You got a publisher lined up yet?
Yes and no. I sent one of my shorts to a publisher in Seattle, and they were interested, and said to send more.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
That doesn't sound like excitement to me.
Well, it's just taking longer than expected.
Well, you know what they say. Greatness takes time.
Well, at this point, I'd be happy with horse shit.
You might say that, but you don't strike me as the type of guy who settles for horse shit.
What about you, though? Where you calling from? You got any nuggets of universal truth to offer up?
Me? I'm in your ear. No truth nuggets. But I do think I may have stumbled upon the secret of success.
Oh, yeah? Is that something you're willing to share?
Gladly. Help those who can help you. Dismiss the rest.
I think there's a lot of people out there who might disagree with that.
That's why I called it the secret to success, not the well-worn path.
It's pretty cold.
Yes, it is.
Sorry for being blunt, but if this isn't a serious call, I need to keep my line open.
I assure you, this is a life or death crisis, and it's leaning towards death. I just need to make sure I have the right person.
Okay. It's just that, we get a lot of prank calls that sound serious at first,
Think
and...
nothing of it. But I see your point. I will move it along. You said my secret to success was cold, and you were right. But believe it or not, I saw nothing wrong with this method until about a year ago.
Well, it's easy to get wrapped up in your job, and...
Yes, it is. But that wasn't the case in this case. I knew what I was doing. I was using the necks of my coworkers to rung my ladder to the top. And not only did I see nothing wrong with it, I assumed that that's how things were done. And when it worked, I was convinced that this was the way.
Until it all came tumbling down.
In a perfect world, no doubt. But nope, I just kept rising. And when I finally reached the top, I was forced to look back down at the aftermath. I was now in charge of a shitstorm culture I'd created. And you know what? I still didn't stop. I couldn't. I had created beasts who, now, could only be curbed by another. But being at the top required fending off constant sharpshooting and sabotage. It got very tiring.
I don't think
You don't have to say anything. Just listen. It was at this time I realized that I might be different.
How?
Growing up, I didn't have many friends. And I didn't put any effort into making any either. This never bothered me until my father took notice. He was the greatest teacher someone like me could have ever hoped for. But where he failed was in neglecting to tell me that it was I, not everyone else, who was faking. Faking politeness, friendship, companionship, relationships, and anything else that required a measure of empathy. Do you have an idea of what I'm talking about?
I think I do. Yes.
Because it wasn't until the suicide of one of my assistants did I realize just how toxic I was. So, I decided to leave and accepted a position across town.
Yes, but the fact that you're acknowledging these things and have made changes in your life because of them show that you feel at least a measure of empathy and remorse.
That's a very good point. But the only reason I changed anything was to maintain my level of comfort. I left an unwelcoming and uncomfortable environment for a more welcoming and more comfortable one.
Okay, but just because you blame yourself doesn't mean that you're the one to blame. You have no idea what that other person was going through.
Yes. Yeah, once again, all of that is true. But, when it happened again, at my new firm, I couldn't help but entertain the thought further that I was different. Do you know what I found out about myself? It took a long time to accept that I am, in fact, a psychopath. I know. You don't know what to say. And again, nothing needs to be said. Because this was only the catalyst to my current crisis. The one that I'm calling about.
Is that something you're ready to share?
Yes, I believe I am. So while we lack human empathy, psychopaths do feel emotion. And after the suicides, it became clear that this was to be the story of my life.
But being a psychopath, why would that bother you?
Have you ever heard of the law of diminishing returns?
No, I haven't.
It's an economic law that states basically we, as humans, will derive less and less pleasure from a certain activity the more and more we do it. Like eating the same food every day, or listening to the same song, or watching the same movie. Picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Good. So, the returns from this shell of a human experience I was born into has been diminished nearly to zero. So at the end of this day, if I haven't come upon at least the notion of a better life, I'm going to end mine.
That's quite the burden to put on someone, let alone someone you just met.
Yes. But now you know why I'm so selective in regards to whom I share this crisis with.
I don't mean to sound unhelpful or seem like I'm pushing you away, but you gotta know that there are thousands of professionals in the world who are leaps and bounds ahead of me when it comes to dealing with what you just told me.
I know. And I've been to a few. It's basically reciting how you think or feel, and then they point out flaws in one's thought process. I already know my thinking is flawed. I also know it's outside of my ability to change.
And how is it you know that I'm this person?
Well, I don't know for sure. I have to make an educated guess. It's a bit of a tightrope walk between taking the time to get to know someone and scaring them off. As for you in particular, the first thing that tipped me off was your answer to my axiom and blanket answer question. The second, you're a writer. And from what I've heard so far, a pretty good one. That takes honest introspect, input, emotional intelligence, and most importantly, a non-judgmental ear.
This might sound selfish.
My native tongue.
Yeah. But, think about what I might go through if I were to fail at what you're asking me to do.
I'm not asking you to save my life. Whatever happens, the decision's long since been made. And this is just me taking one last look around. And if I see something that might make a change in my life, then who knows?
Life is never going to change for you. It's your reaction to your own life that needs to change.
See? This is what I'm talking about.
What?
What you just said. It's the most thoughtful insight I've gotten from professionals or amateurs alike.
It's insight that I myself have received from a professional.
And you knew exactly when and where to apply that insight. I chose you to share this with because I know you're not going to give me some bullshit response like the world needs you. Because I have objective evidence that it very much does not.
All right, let's see where it goes.
No. Let's not see where this goes. I need a concrete answer from you. I know it's an intimidating proposition, but I also know you have something real to offer me. It's a single day of your life.
Okay. The answer's yes. I'm in.
Thank you.
Did you have an idea how you wanted this to go?
I do, but I don't want this to just be me milking you for a hand-me-down feeling. And believe it or not, being an objective observer on the human condition has given insight I think you may find useful too. But that involves asking a little more about you.
I said I was in, so I'm in.
What happened between you and your wife?
Cutting right to the quick, huh?
Ludlow, I hold no sway over your life. Today is the first and last day that you and I will ever know each other. We've both decided we're in this to help. Now, I went out on a limb and trusted you with my most treasured secrets.
She left me just after she cheated on me.
Jesus, man. I'm sorry.
Me too.
How long ago?
It's been about 6 months now.
Were there any signs beforehand?
Definitely. They they just went ignored by me.
She take everything?
Nope. Left everything. She just wanted out.
Have you considered that maybe she left everything because she thought she'd be coming back someday?
Sure. All the time.
And you said no kids.
No.
Do you think that had something to do with her leaving?
I know it had something to do with it.
Did you not want kids?
No, we both did. It's just something that wore off as we grew apart, you know.
Do you hate her?
No. Not at all. Believe me, I had plenty of opportunity to better myself. I just fucked it up.
You don't have to hold back from me. I'd be suspicious if there wasn't at least a shade of ill will.
I'm not holding anything back. Yes, I'm pissed off at her. I'm pissed off at myself. Yes, it hurts. And yes, I do miss her.
And when you get pissed off, what do you do with outrage?
I write, or I try to write.
That makes sense. I should give it a try sometime.
Yeah, you should. It can help.
Well, I guess one good thing to come out of it all is you must have been tearing through your story these past months.
You'd think,
No?
well, I think everyone's fan has a shit limit.
I don't think I know what you mean.
You never heard the saying, the shit's hitting the fan?
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
So yeah, I'm just waiting for the shit to clear.
But that would almost certainly have to mean that your anger, at least as of late, is being bottled up. Or worse, directed inwardly at yourself.
Yeah. I suppose it would.
So, which one is it?
I'm a bottler.
Then I guess I should tell you that bottles have their limits. Same as fans.
Have I told you what I do for a living?
True enough. But do you know how to recognize it in yourself?
I do. Yes, I do.
You want to know what I do when I feel bottled up like that?
Yes and no.
It's harmless. I just vent. Imagine one of your callers had gone through what you did and told you they harbored no feelings of ill will. You might consider that person as either a psychopath or they're lying.
I used to have dreams.
Used to?
Dreams about hurting her.
You sound ashamed. To my knowledge, people have very little control over what it is they dream about.
I know. It just felt so vicious. It didn't feel like me.
most of my day and don't give it a second thought. Sounds like we each need a little of what the other's got, huh?
Sounds like there's pros and cons to each.
Would it bother you to share what your dream was about?
Why?
Do you remember that bottle we talked about?
It's always at our old house. We're arguing in the bedroom when I hear something out back. I go to check it out, but as soon as I leave the bedroom, I'm in the bathroom, wiping blood off of my hands. I never know why, and it never seems to bother me. And just like that, I'm peeking through the blinds, and on the back patio I see a group of guys trying to break in. They see me and start shouting at me to open the door. When they do, I'm back in the bedroom again. And they're right behind the door, pounding on it. I'm panicked, terrified, and right as they're about to come in, everything's different. And I'm next to the bed. And there my wife is, dead. The intruders come in, but they're not intruders. They're cops. It's right about here where it all becomes clear again.
What becomes clear?
That I killed my marriage.
You never dreamed the actual murder then?
Thankfully, no.
Jesus. I'm sorry, man. Thank you for sharing that with me. I'm sorry if I pried.
No. You didn't. I wouldn't have shared if I didn't want to.
Are you afraid people will think that you're like me if you told them about that?
No. I was afraid that I would think that I was like that.
You shouldn't. You're clearly not. And I'm not meaning to belittle your experience, but anyone who feels so guilty for a dream is someone I need to know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Would you be upset if I ended our call for now?
Why? Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine. Great, in fact. It's just that I still have a lot of work to do today, and I gotta find time to do that.
Okay, are you gonna be okay then? I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
Not at all. I'm gonna call back. I can reach you again, right?
Yeah, definitely. My extension's 2233.
2233. Got it. You're a good man, Ludlow. I look forward to learning a lot from you.
Me too. Hi, this is Ma'am? Done what? Are you in danger? Did you need me to call the police?
Wouldn't do a goddamn bit of good.
Can you tell me what's going on?
The local trash. They're walking their dog a few minutes ago, and the little rat always got the shit in my yard.
I am sorry about that. That is so rude.
I'm sorry. I don't usually get this bent out of shape over a little shit. But every single time,
I hear you.
don't get the damn thing if you ain't gonna pick up after it.
I hear you.
It's ridiculous.
It is. It's ridiculous. Ma'am, you know, I don't think I got your name yet.
It's Leota.
Leota. That's pretty. Leota, you got anything else going on besides the bad neighbors?
Oh, it's all falling apart. Dog shit in the yard. My daughter's supposed to come visit me this week. She called and said she couldn't make it. And who the hell knows what's gonna happen next? I ain't seen her in a year and a half.
I'm so sorry. Did she know how much you were looking forward to it?
I don't know. I don't know if it'd make a damn difference if she did. She'd rather see the goddamn devil coming.
Were you too close?
I wouldn't say we was close. I'd say we'd always been more like acquaintances. Like me and my mom and daddy were. I mean, mom and daddy weren't. They weren't.
Frank, come on, man. You don't want to do that. Just, can you tell me what's going on?
It's my fucking job. I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Come on, what's going on? Customers, bosses?
Non-stop screaming, bitching, and moaning. Or things that I have no control over. Or even interest in. It's like taking a fucking beating over and over. You know what I think's weird is how all the prescription drugs I see on TV have names that sound like they were taken from sci-fi stories. It's like, Lord, we'll be arriving at Prevnar 13 shortly. Lord, it's the Barbesi, they're attacking Felicity. Lord, we must find the Trinitarians before the Celtans destroy us.
That's pretty funny, man.
We've been growing body parts in the backs of rats for years now. It was only a matter of time before we were creating an all-knowing God. Just think about it. Anything you want to know, you just reach into your pocket and boom, you got an answer. I mean, it knows all of our good deeds, and it logs all of our sins.
So, what do you think that says about evolution, then?
It fits in right along with it, buddy. In this constant striving for godliness, we'll be taking at least our own evolution into our own hands. With things like cybernetic limbs, organs, and yes, someday even brains.
Just think, we started this whole conversation with an overdrawn checking account. Now here we are staring down the barrel of an internet god. You know, that's not really a crisis I can help you with. Because if it hurts that bad, and you got blood coming out, it's not heartache. It's a medical emergency, and we need to get you to a hospital, okay? Well, also, you know, I think it's just a normal part of life to get drugged through the mud from time to time. But, I mean, there's still gotta be at least something you can do, right? Yeah, so, is that something you think you could... Excuse me? Dude, are you beating off?
No, not anymore.
So, no crisis then, huh?
No, it resolved itself.
Alright.
Wait. I just want you to know, I've never been able to do that with a man on the phone before with a very soothing voice.
No, I'm not looking up directions for you. I'm sorry, but I don't care that you're out of data. This is a crisis line. That's not a crisis. Do you bet this big a lot? And how long did they give you to pay? No, I'm not gonna send you money. A system? That effective? Wow. Okay. So, how do I get involved? Yes, but Leota, her behavior is saying something different. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. It wasn't.
Oh, no. You're right. I just don't know what to do to make it better.
Well, you know, it won't be easy, but, you know, if you want things to change, you're gonna have to change too.
Pardon me? I said I didn't know what to do. Not that I needed some pipsqueaking little frick telling me how to live my fucking life. You got it? Did you hear me?
Yep. Yes, ma'am. Yep, I got it. Sorry.
Like, I know what I want to do. For whatever reason, I can't, won't, or don't do it. What the fuck is that about?
I only knew. I guess we just gotta want it more than we want to be comfortable.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. I'm nowhere near comfortable.
But it's a familiar rut, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, all I gotta do is switch from rice to wheat checks, and I'll suddenly open up a successful business, get a banging girlfriend, 12-inch dick, and ride off into a fucking sunset.
3 out of those 4 are completely possible. That other one, I'm not sure if our rat technology's there yet. Were you ever picked on growing up?
Along with everyone. Did some picking too, along with everyone. What's your point?
I'm just using an example, okay? Do you remember any particularly embarrassing incidents?
Yeah, I had bad acting growing up, and my friends like to make fun of me, especially in the locker room.
And is it safe to assume that after that happened, you wish to avoid it in the future?
Yeah,
And did you do things differently in the locker room after that?
I did. Look, bud, it's not like I was some loser with no fucking friends.
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is some shit happened to you that changed how you went about your day, and
Once again, what the fuck does that have to do with the here and now?
your job. You said it's like taking a beating over and over again. That even when you're in the right, you still don't speak up. That all you can do is sit there and take it with a smile.
Are you fucking kidding me? I go to talk, to blow off some steam, not to have some stupid fuck shrink my head.
That's not what I'm doing! I'm not gonna tell you to get in touch with your feelings, or to jerk off, or to fucking cry. Now, Frank, I'm sorry. I like talking to you. Me and you were a lot alike. But I hate hearing you spin your wheels like this. Now, I could sit here and tell you the things that you want to hear, or I could try to be a little bit honest with you.
So what? I should just quit my job and become a shut-in so no one's ever mean to me again?
No, nowhere near that. What I'm saying is that if you've tried everything else, but you still can't, won't, or for whatever reason don't feel better, consider it something you haven't considered. Consider it something maybe you're afraid to consider. Now, what I just said, and only what I just said, is what I'm saying.
Is that it?
That's it.
Is that what you did?
Yeah. I still do. Every day. Doing it right now.
Well, that make me the bully.
No. You're right. You called to talk, and I'm supposed to listen. Well, you know, like I said, it sounded like you were dealing with a problem that I dealt with myself, and decided to take a chance.
Thank you for being honest.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, Donnie. Just calling to see when a good time for me to take my lunch would be.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because I got a favor to ask you. Would you mind staying on until 12:30? Terry called out, and Cynthia's just started her break.
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome, but it's only one part of the favor.
What's that?
Would it be a problem for you to take an extra hour for lunch and add an extra at the end of your shift?
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That sounds good to me.
Even awesomer. And you? You doing good?
Pretty good, yeah. Not a bad day so far.
Good, man. You sound good. Keep it up.
Will do. Hey, Donnie, I wanted to ask you, is that invitation to your barbecue this weekend still open?
Heck yeah, man. There's always an open invitation for you. You think you might make it then?
Yeah, I think I will, man. Yeah, count me in.
All right. Good. Real good. I can't wait to see you there. We'll have a real good time. You have a good day.
Will do. Yep, bye. Hi, this is Ludlow, my counselor. How can I help you?
Hello, it's John Jim.
Oh, hey. I was just thinking about you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I had quite the morning because of you.
How's that?
Well, after we talked this morning, I was feeling pretty good, and, it gave me a little boost to try something new on some of my callers.
And, what was the something new?
To try and push them on, their issues.
Good for you.
Yeah, thanks. I was also giving your situation some more thought.
May I interrupt?
Definitely. Is everything okay?
No, I too have been giving our talk some thought.
What's wrong?
It's not that anything's wrong. I made a major miscalculation.
Oh?
Yes, when we spoke this morning, I was convinced that I had found someone to help me.
Not anymore?
No, I do think that you're the one to help, but not by finding a reason for us to live, but rather so we don't have to die alone.
What do you mean?
I was giving your dreams some more thought.
then I gave your story some more thought. And then I thought, if a dream, and please, no offense here, but if a dream got you that far out of whack, how are you going to be able to overcome the rejection that every writer, and every human being, for that matter, faces? So, what I mean is, and again, I mean this in the most productive way possible, you are never going to make it as a writer, as a husband, or much of anything.
What the hell are you talking about? Did I insult
I'm talking about when you told me about your dream, you told me a lot about yourself.
Like what?
Well, in your dream, your wife was a stand-in for your marriage, which you say you killed. But I think it's more than that. I think your wife was a stand-in for all of your life's endeavors. I mean, that's the story of your life. Just look at the facts. Your wife left, your story's going nowhere, and you're working a dead-end job. I know you see it. You keep yourself going by hanging on to this dream that you'll make it big or achieve any level of success. You just think you gotta make it to that other side and everything will be amazing forever. And this is where you and I are the same. I do have those same thoughts about greener grasses. But just like you, end up driving everyone away. But now that you know this, we don't have to drag those around.
Stop!
Why? Buddy, most people spend decades agonizing over these same kinds of things and come to the same conclusion. Buddy, the reason I'm saying these things to you is because I know you're one of the smart ones. Most everyone will hear or think these same things, but just flat out lie to themselves.
That's bullshit.
They think they'll get where they want to go by doing and thinking the exact same way that got them nowhere to begin with.
Don't say that shit to my face, man. I'm a fucking telephone tough guy. Coming, trying to tell me what the fuck I'm gonna do? What the fuck do you know about anything? He ain't coming back, lady. They never come back. Did you hear me? Never! Yeah, so that's a self-control issue. You fix that shit, you'll be amazed at how fast all that other shit goes away. You don't see the pattern between when you have money, everything's going great, but as soon as you're broke, you have people following you, tapping your phones, siphoning your gas. Okay, kiddo. Good luck with that. You know, I used to think that same exact thing until I grew the fuck up. Oh, oh my goodness, you're so mad. Oh, you sweet little guy, you're so mad at me. Let me ask you this. Do you think that you're stupid? Yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah. Do you? Yes, it's a serious fucking question. Are you fucking stupid? Am I? Yes, I'm fucking stupid. I'm the dumbest motherfucker in the world for sitting here listening to this shit still. Hello, my name is Ludlow. I'm a counselor. How can I help you?
Hello? Is this a recording?
No, I'm real. Can I help you?
Well, this is my first time I called one of these things before, and I was just wondering how it works.
Yeah, so, if you're comfortable, you can just tell me what's going on, and I'll listen and try to help in any way that I can.
And you won't tell anyone?
No, of course not. Now that being said, there are some exceptions. If you tell me you're going to hurt somebody or yourself, then yes, I do have to report that. Or if there's any abuse.
How do you report it?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, how do you know where to send the police if someone doesn't tell you?
So my manager, he would submit a request to trace your call.
What if I'm calling from a payphone?
Well, then it's up to me to try to convince the caller to give us more information. But beyond that, there's nothing I can do. Do you mind if I got your name, please?
It's Maddie.
Hi, Maddie. How old are you?
I'm 14.
Can you tell me what's going on?
It's my mom and her husband. They hurt me.
Do they hit you?
Sometimes. Only if I don't do what they want me to do.
And, what is it they want you to do?
They make me do things with him and other people for money.
How long has this been going on, Maddie?
I don't know, over a year.
Have you ever tried to tell anyone?
No.
Can I ask you why?
Because
Because why?
Because then we'd have no money. They'd go to jail, I'd be alone and put somewhere worse.
Is that what they tell you?
They say the same thing happens everywhere, only there I wouldn't have them to protect me.
Do you ever think that they might be lying about that?
I know they are, but I don't want to leave my mom.
Maddie, do you want me to help you get out of there?
No, I'm really sorry.
Maddie, please let me help you. Can you please tell me where you are?
No, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, I should go.
No. Okay, I won't. Just please stay and talk to me. Just for a little bit. Hi, this is
Ludlow. I've been getting calls that you've been attacking people.
Just returning the favor.
You are a trained professional. This is not okay. Will you please tell me what's going on with you?
I'd really rather not.
Well, you're gonna have to tell me something. Help me understand. I'm worried about you. You make it impossible to help.
I don't want your help, Donnie.
That's fine, but please think about getting some. Luddy, what do I gotta say? It's obvious you've been in pain since Diana left.
Donnie, if her name comes out of your mouth one more fucking time, I will get in my car, drive to your house, kick down your fucking door, and stomp on your fucking head until it's gone.
Ludlow.
You hear me, motherfucker? I will fuck your life apart!
I'm sorry, Ludlow. I have to fire you.
Oh, God. Donnie, I'm sorry.
No, Ludlow. You don't get to threaten my life and expect me to continue to listen to you. I'm a person just like you. I really hope you...
buddy. You gave Donnie one hell of a shock. I got him to calm down a little bit. Told him me and you had talked, and he thought it might be a good idea if we talked a little more. Is that okay with you? That sounds like you've been doing some thinking. Ludlow, we're not going to get anywhere if you don't talk to me.
What else you want to say?
Well, I think it's important to establish if you're planning on hurting yourself.
You've already established that.
Yes, I suppose we have. Here's something else we need to establish. And I'm going to need you to be real honest. If you and I had never spoke, if you had been allowed to go about your merry way, can you truthfully say you wouldn't have ended up in the same place? Sure, it may not have been tonight, but some night.
Maybe.
Maybe? How can you say maybe?
How can you say definitely?
Because the evidence I've collected points to that conclusion.
Look, you clearly got some groundbreaking shit you want to dole out, so just go ahead and hit me with it.
Okay, buddy. Stop me if I'm wrong. But I believe what I said hit such a chord because you believe it's true. Why else would you have had that extreme of a reaction? Why not just dismiss me as crazy?
Because you worked very hard to make sure that I thought you were the opposite.
Are you suggesting that I'm being insincere?
No, what I'm saying that either way, you're a sick piece of shit.
Ludlow, I acknowledge that up front. That's what started this whole day. What does that have to do about what we discovered about you?
No, it's something else. Something in your voice. It's like you're happy, you're excited. I don't know. You talk this amazing game in the moment. The things you say seem to make a lot of sense. But what doesn't make sense to me is someone who claims to be on the verge of suicide being so happy about it. And in fact, I think the only time you didn't sound happy was when you were yapping about your daddy. I mean, you're fucking with me, but not. I
If I
don't
was
know.
fucking with you, you'd have been fucked by now. I'm sorry. We're getting off on an unnecessary...
No. That sounded a lot like anger. That's something new. Is it because you don't like being talked about, or is it because you're sensitive about daddy?
What does this have...
I'll tell you what. Because you, a shithead, someone who presumably made it big in one area, and now of course thinks he knows all areas, is trying to get me to blow my fucking brains out. So I just gotta make sure I'm talking to the right guy.
I'm the right guy, Lottie. Just as you are.
Is your dad dead?
Pardon?
Yo, daddy. He dead or alive?
He passed 3 years ago.
And do you think that he was a psychopath too?
Yes, I do, as much as you are a fucking coward. A child hurling insults because he's afraid to face the inevitable. This was supposed to be special.
This one? Is that what you said?
No.
This is what you did to those other two. Your co-workers.
Do you want to know why I really picked you? It was in your voice. Desperation, cynicism, carelessness.
No, not yet. It is, yeah. No, afraid not.
I could tell you were pulling away from the world. I could tell you were toying with the idea of letting it all go. spotting weakness has always been an innate ability for me. It's these types of people who are most susceptible to people like me. Because once you get them to feel, you get them to believe. And from there, it's pretty goddamn difficult to convince you otherwise. Because, hey, you're a smart guy. No one can fool you. Especially when they sound like they're your friend.
Is this something you do often?
Only if I think I can derive value from your worthlessness.
And what does that mean?
It means if I think I will be entertained by your death, I will happily do my fair share of the work.
And, how did you decide that I was worthless?
I didn't. I never make that decision. You do. I just said what I thought. And you could have laughed at me, called me an idiot, hung up. But instead you wailed like a fucking child and clearly agreed with me. So, how did you decide that you're worthless?
What?
Ludlow, how do you see yourself? A reluctant hero, lovable loser, or are you like a designated victim?
I'm a non-participant.
Holy shit. I think that's the most honest thing you've said all day. And what aren't you participating in?
This fucking child's game.
And that's where you go wrong. You're not participating in anything except this fucking child's game. Same as me.
And you're thinking that you and I are the same.
In one crucial area, yes.
What area?
In that we're both doing the world and ourselves an injustice by continuing to live the way we are.
You try to talk people into killing themselves. I try to help them through the worst parts of their day.
About how many calls do you field in a day?
I'd say about 20, but they can be pretty lopsided days.
Out of those calls, how many would you say are dealing with what you would call imminently life-threatening crises?
Very few.
How many call with outright ridiculous problems?
Some.
And how many would you say call regularly?
About the same sum.
What happens when you try to, quote-unquote, help them?
Well, some will blame anyone and everyone else, while others will take all the blame that they can get. And there's some who so desperately want help, but just cannot convince themselves to get it. And then there are others who are receptive. And every single shade in between.
What percentage? Enough to justify you wasting your life in return tied to a fucking phone taking shit from people who don't want to get better, don't want to try, and sure as shit don't want to hear it? When, in reality, they're just scrambling for relief from the sudden onset of panic that hits them from time to time, telling them that life isn't going how they want it to. But, as always, most can't seem to get it through their fucking heads that things are always going to be that way because they will always be that way. Did I strike another chord?
You did. But not one of mine.
Whose?
Well, yours, I'd venture to guess. You just described yourself. You don't want to change. You don't want to try. You don't want to hear it. You sure as shit don't want help. You want what you want. And this whole bullshit you've been doing all day with me is you getting your instant gratification. Trying to get your life back on track by proving you still have power.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I was looking for a challenge. You know, those others, they took months.
So your returns really are diminishing. I think you're losing your little game.
That doesn't mean you're winning.
I think we're playing for different things.
The shitstorm you're living in will still be there in the morning. And you'll still be hopelessly lost in it. Sure, you might get a little boost. But in a day, or a week, or two, you'll be back circling the drain again.
I can admit that I've been naive and cynical and apathetic, but I never thought I'd stumble upon a cure-all.
Ludlow, it's not your prospects I'm questioning, it's your resolve.
Well, I seem to be making it through this round of bullshit all right. So far.
Maybe I'm the only reason you're still making it through anything.
Don't flatter yourself.
Let's think about it logically then. This morning, a young, and I must say, dashing psychopath came into your life and swept you off your feet, giving you the confidence to push people on their issues. And just as easily, he took it away, sending you on a downward spiral of self-destruction. So I think a little flattery might be in order.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Do you think you would have pushed people on their issues had I not called?
So you did me a favor.
If you're honest with yourself, you'll see that's exactly what I did.
So you set me free then?
No, far from it. I just made it so you could see your choices clearly, with nothing holding you back.
Nothing holding me back. That's not what I'm being held back from. It's just something you're trying to push me towards.
Buddy, look back at your life and tell me, what is the moral of your story?
I don't know.
That should tell you something.
It does. It tells me it's not over.
Just put the gun in your mouth and do something worth a fuck once in your life. Okay, Lud. Tell me what you'll actually do. What you will actually and consistently do that will make a fucking difference.
I will consider something I haven't considered. Something I was afraid to consider.
And what the fuck will that do?
It'll remind me that people like you win when people like me give up.
I want you to remember where I was calling from this morning. And make no mistake, anytime you change your mind,